Dawn breaks over the Roman countryside, casting a golden light on a magnificent villa. Its marble columns and sprawling courtyards speak of immense wealth and power. But beneath this veneer of splendor lies a different reality. Deep within the estate, in the cramped and dimly lit slave quarters, a young woman named Lyra stirs. Her day, like every day, begins long before her master's. The air is thick with the smell of sweat and restless sleep. This is not the Rome of emperors and senators you see in movies. This is the story of the women who built it, sustained it, and suffered within its walls, their voices silenced by history. Lyra's first task is grinding grain. The heavy stone of the corn resists her push, a constant, grueling rotation that will last for hours. Her muscles ache, a familiar fire that never truly fades. From the grain mill, she moves to the loom, her fingers, though calloused, moving with practiced speed. The threads intertwine, creating intricate patterns for the master's new toga, a luxury she will never know. Every thread represents a moment of her life, woven into fabric for someone else's comfort. Her world is a relentless cycle of chores, scrubbing mosaic floors until they gleam, fetching water from the well, and enduring the ever-watchful gaze of the overseer whose whip is a constant, silent threat. Every task is designed to break the body and the spirit, to remind her of her place. Later, as twilight descends, the main hall of the villa comes alive. Torches flicker, casting dancing shadows on walls adorned with vibrant frescoes. The master and his family recline on plush couches, a lavish banquet spread before them. Lyra moves silently through the opulence, a ghost in her own home. She pours wine, serves roasted meats, and clears away discarded scraps, all while remaining invisible. She hears their laughter, their discussions of philosophy and politics, a world utterly alien to her own. The contrast is jarring, the sheer abundance of their lives against the stark emptiness of hers. Here, she is not a person. She is a function, an extension of her master's will. Her presence required, but her humanity denied. In the darkest corners of this life, there are sorrows that words can barely touch. One of the most brutal realities for a female slave was the fate of her children. A child born to a slave was property, just like their mother. If the master deemed a newborn too costly to raise or simply unwanted, the consequence was unspeakable. Imagine a young mother, herself a slave, having just endured childbirth, being forced to hand over her baby. There are no grand pronouncements, just the silent, soul-crushing finality of it. The child is taken, often left exposed to the elements, a practice known as infant exposure. We see the mother's silent scream, her body racked with a grief she cannot show, for any display of defiance would be met with punishment. Her milk comes in for a child she will never hold. It is a trauma that echoes in the silence, a wound that never heals. Passed down through generations of enslaved women, whose most fundamental human right, the right to love, their own child was stolen from them. Yet even in this suffocating darkness, sparks of humanity endure. The human spirit, though bent, is not so easily broken. In the fields, as they harvest olives under the blistering sun, a shared skin of water passes between two women, a small act of defiance and care. In the kitchens, an older slave quietly shows a younger one a faster way to chop vegetables, saving her from the overseer's wrath. A comforting hand on a shoulder after a beating, a whispered word of encouragement in their native tongue when no one is listening. A shared glance of understanding that says, "I see you, are not alone." These are not grand rebellions, but they are rebellions nonetheless. They are tiny, fragile acts of solidarity that keep them whole. They build a community in the shadows, a family bound not by blood, but by shared suffering and a stubborn, resilient hope. These moments are their lifeline, a quiet testament to their refusal to be completely erased. As another long day draws to a close, Lyra stands by a small window, looking out at the setting sun. The sky is painted in hues of orange and purple, a beauty that feels both distant and deeply personal. Her body is exhausted, her heart heavy with the burdens of her existence. Her face etched with a sorrow far beyond her years. Also holds something else, a flicker of unbroken spirit, a quiet strength that has weathered the storm of another day. The Romans built an empire of stone and conquest, but its foundations rested on the backs of millions like Lyra. Their stories are not written in the grand annals of history. They are whispers in the wind, echoes in the ruins, the forgotten legacies of women who endured the unimaginable. As the last light fades and the villa is plunged into darkness, we are left to reflect on their silence and the strength it took just to survive. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. It's crucial to remember these stories, to give a voice to those who were silenced. If you found this story moving, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more hidden histories. Your support helps us continue to bring these important narratives to light. See you next time.